So these people in Baltimore, they kind of wanted us to do their wedding in like kind of a pop style. So I don't think I had a microphone there, but man, we just wailed it out in this little church. They were like, "Wow, that's not what we usually hear at a wedding." It was good. All right, so this next one. There's a little story to this one. This is a new song. I'm sure you've not heard it. It's only been performed in front of people one time, and it was last week at the Bethesda Theater. Actually, take it back. And there's a few others. Anna's here somewhere. She was there. A song composed by my friend here, Tom Nichols. And it was written for the American Idol finale song contest. So the American Idol does this thing where you can submit songs and it can be selected for the winner to sing like as they're crying and making a big fuss and everything. So it's about that, but it's funny that I'm doing it here now, and because my path in music has been so different than that. And I was going to take a minute and talk about this tonight sometime, so it may as well be now. Being an independent musician is really quite a different animal from what you might think of as like radio pop stars and people who are signed to record labels. And in the last few years, in the advent of the internet and a lot of tools online, it's possible for a musician to be independent and not be subject to very unfair recording contracts and so forth. And so that's the path I'm on. So you can do this independently. It's there to be done. You can figure it all out, because I'm standing up here to tell you that I figured it all out. We started with very little, and each step of the path, I just figured it out. But the interesting thing is that on the other side of the spectrum, recording labels, the model of how that works is kind of now crumbling, because artists won't settle for like a 3% contract. An artist who records a platinum album, that's 500,000 copies, on a typical record contract these days, earns about $50,000. That ain't much. Take 500,000, multiply by 10, that's 5 million. Minus out 50,000, and the label gets the rest. Now, they provide a massive marketing machine, and they provide a bus, and they send you on tour, and they pretty much just tell you where to be and what to sing, and you get a lot less control over what it is you're doing. So here's me on the other side. Many of you in the room are sponsoring me this evening to host the party, and I'm very grateful to you for that. This would not happen without help. I'm not rich. The party looks like we're all rich, doesn't it? That's cool, because, you know, I have another maxim that's related to this. If you're not rich, just pretend you are. It's fun. And if you're not a rock star, just start acting like one. And after a while, people start to believe it, and then you did it. You know, so I did a dinner gala thing a few months ago, and I had just gotten the big banner over there, and people were like, "Wow, who's this guy? I haven't heard of this guy yet." Well, it's quite some good paraphernalia, I guess. So anyway, back to the connection, American Idol. You know, I'm not singing this song because I'm an American Idol winner, but I feel like a winner anyway, because I'm doing it my way. I'm doing it with your help. I'm doing it the real way. And if I stand in front of audiences of 10 people at a time, that is just as satisfying. You know, there's hundreds of you here tonight. It's wonderful, but it's also fun to sing someone's wedding with 20 people. It's really great. There may be a day when I look back and say, remember the weddings we used to sing? And I'm not going to ever think that I shouldn't have been doing that, or thank God that's over. I'm never going to feel that way. So, anyway, I'm rambling. The song is called The Voice Inside of Me. It's fairly new. If you don't mind, I'm going to use a cheat sheet. When the composer's on stage, you got to get it right. Into life, doing the song, but Tom, you gotta make some money on that one. That, you might hear that again someday, okay? Touching back on the way you guys are making this happen, the party belongs to you, not me. It's about a thank you. It's about gathering you all here. There are people from every part of my life here. It's maybe the first time that ever happened. As a matter of fact, I never throw parties. Because I live in an apartment that's about the size of the stage, first of all. Second of all, I have no freaking idea what I'm doing throwing a party. So this is the first party I've ever thrown in my whole life. So it all began back when I said, I really need to throw a party. What should it be about? Well, it could be a CD party. I guess we better make a CD. No, that's not how it went. People do ask me, where did it all begin with my music, right? My dad will laugh, my sister will laugh, my brothers will laugh. Gilly's Fish House Saloon on the North Compton Turnpike in Compton Plains, New Jersey. Hi, David. I'm the skank tank guy. I have a gross t-shirt on that my mom got me that had a fox on it. I'm all covered in people's food detritus, nastiness. And there's a singer outside, this guitar player. I'm always kind of at the kitchen door listening to this girl. Do you remember her name? Oh, what was her name? I just can't remember her name. I've been thinking about it for weeks. And one night, my mother was there, who, God rest her soul, was my biggest fan. And she got to talking to this woman and said, oh, my kid sings. And the woman was great. She's like, oh, get him out here. So they go back in the kitchen and they grab me and they drag me out. The owner was standing there like, what are you doing? Seriously, you look like a mess for one thing, but you're supposed to be washing dishes. And we sang, dream, 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 when I meet you in my arms, when I The crowd went wild. All 15 of them. And 11 of them were loaded at the bar. But that was my start. Actually, really kind of it was. And then I started singing chorally in college and semi-professionally chorally here in Washington for the Gay Men's Chorus of Washington, D.C., a very professionally run organization. Dr. Kane, who you met this early on, is the assistant conductor and also the lead conductor of the New York City Master Chorale, an amazing organization. So she actually lives in both cities and goes back and forth every week. Thank God we had her here tonight. She's novel and she's very smart. But back to the sponsor thing and the help that you guys can provide to me at the table outside, and Rebecca can chat with you if you feel inclined. If you're able to support me in what I'm doing, I can tell you that what I'll do with your help will be very wonderful. My job is to make people feel good, bring people together, and music is like it puts us together as though we were swimming in water, right? I mean, like, music is universal, and so this is what I want to do. It's happening. We've made a very good start, and the best is yet to come, for sure. So, with your help. So, you can chat with Rebecca at the table if you feel that. Let's move on to shall we? How is some more music? Yeah. Okay, good. All right. So one of the great things about singing, a couple of great things about singing. One, singing about being in love is just about the second best thing to really being in love. So it's kind of good. And singing to a big group of people to a song everyone knows, I get to hear you sing back. And I love that. So I like to sing standards and old stuff and whatnot, because I kind of love to hear you singing back. So would you please?
Oh, it's for the only one I see.
extraordinary. It's even more than. And love is very nice as I can give to you. Love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can't make it. Take my heart, please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. I'll take you through the modulation. Now let's join in. And me, oh, is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. It's even more than anyone that you adore. And love is all that I can give to you. And love, love, love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart and please don't break it. Love was made for me and you. One more time. L is for the way you look at me. O is for the only one I see. V is very, very extraordinary. It's even more than anyone that you adore. Can love is all that I can give to you. Love, love, love is more than just a game for two. Two in love can make it. Take my heart, but please don't break it. 'Cause love was made for me and you. Love was made for me and you and you and you. Love was made for me and you. I love that one. Okay, all these years of singing, and it was only a few months ago that Holly taught me that that brr at the end is called bucket of fish. Bucket of fish. So when you're like talking to the percussion guy, you gotta say, "Can you give me a bucket of fish?" John Bon Jovi said it well a few weeks ago. I was at his concert. And he said, I wouldn't be up here if you weren't out there. Because no one wants to stand alone and sing. And no one wants to stand alone and not hear a singer. So it all works well, doesn't it? This next song is a story about a search for myself, a search for what I'm supposed to give in this life. A search for hope, a search for love, and I don't know what's going on with me, but in the last year or so, I pretty much have the whole list checked off. It's great. So, thank you for that. Yeah. Hang on. Thank you for your patience. Okay. Around the world, I search for you. I traveled on when hope was gone to keep on. I knew somewhere the smile you're smiling now. It might have been in County Down, or in New York, in Gay Paris, or even London town. No more will I go all around the world, for I found my world in you. In Gay Paris, or even London town, no more will I go all around the world, for I found my world in you. I don't know about you, but that is really what it's all about. Thank you very much. The night is very young. I'm going to come down and see you all. We're done. Thank you so much. What's next for me, real quick? I don't have anything to sing. Next week, Tom and I are doing a Pride celebration for the Department of Commerce, I think. The other day I did the national anthem for the Department of Justice, and I screwed up the lyrics. Don't tell anybody. I actually sang one line of the first verse in the middle of the second verse, and it went fine, but everyone was like, something. People were like, and you know who was there? Eric Holder was there. That's the U.S. Attorney General, kids. Yeah, you don't screw up the national anthem in front of the United States Attorney. So anyway, Tom and I are on next week for a different agency. We're going to do that. I will get it right. And Voice Inside of Me, and something else too. So that's next. And then a couple other just little things. And then in the end of July, I go away to Yale University for a 10-day performers workshop, which is a very well-known experience for professional singers. You go in kind of good, and supposedly you come out really good. So hopefully that will happen, because I need help. But anyway, it's wonderful having you here. Some of you have traveled. Thank you for the effort. Enjoy the rest of the night. Enjoy this wonderful space. The moon is out over the river. Amazing. It's been fabulous having you here.